Hi there, Year 8. Hope you are okay and hope you're safe and well. Welcome to Drama. Our first lesson is on Devising Theatre. Now, Devising Theatre is something that is massive in drama. It's a really good book and a really good part of what we do. Especially at GCSE drama, our whole unit 40% is on devise, so it's really important to try and master and get really good at it now and really understand the key aspects of what makes devising theatre. One of the biggest things in practical when we come on the devising unit, people have lots and lots of ideas and then they find it a bit difficult to structure them or know where they're going with them. So something that's really good just to have a couple of ideas now that when we come back into school, we're going to be able to hit the ground running when we come in Year 9. So let's have a look at the first slide. Here we go. So, devising theatre. So it is a really difficult skill, as I say. It's something that people really do struggle with. Scripted, you've got a structure there. You've got the characters given to you. You know exactly what you're doing, and it's just making them your own. Now, devising theatre, you have to come up with your storyline and your characters and make it engaging for the audience. It's a very, very difficult task. So, how do you do it? And what makes a good devising piece? What makes it so that you're going to captivate your audience and really want them to watch? So, having a good starting point. So your starting point to create a devised piece of work, normally this is called a stimulus. Now a stimulus is something that triggers something in you, starts to get you thinking around a theme or an area, having conversations with a group of people or thoughts yourself that will start you thinking about something. You're not going to start with a great idea straight away. You're not going to start with something that is 10 minutes long and the final finished article. And sometimes in drama, people struggle with that, having that process. But it's really, really important to not get frustrated with it and have those ideas and allow them to grow. So developing drama is a process. The stimulus that you have can be absolutely anything. So normally your drama teacher said, I would give you something that would be your stimulus. You know, normally it's something such as a newspaper article, a picture of absolutely anything, a piece of music, item of clothing, maybe a prop out of the prop cupboard or a YouTube clip, something I've watched or I've seen and thought that is really good and it really makes you think about something. So, the structure to the piece is absolutely key. This is the main thing in Devise that we really need to look at to allow our audience to be engaged. Because remember, when we are performing, we are always performing for an audience. So once you've had your initial conversations about your stimulus, you'll start developing your structure of your piece and you'll start thinking in beginning, middle, end. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody starts thinking, okay, this is what's going to start happening, then this is the main bulk of idea and this is how I want it to end. Every good idea will start like that and that's absolutely fine. But then what you need to do as good actors is, how can you make it more interesting? Could you have it non-linear? Now, I know some performances, some people obviously completed the drama rotation or just coming onto it, started to look at non-linear structure. Very hard to say. Non-linear structure. So this is something that does not follow a chronological order. So you could have the end at the beginning, then the beginning, end, middle, end. So you could have the end repeated throughout your work. So you could have a flashback at the start, and we're having a look at what that is, and we'll look at that in later lessons. Beginning, end, middle, end. Something that will make the audience think a little bit more. Every time we do a devised piece, we need to think, right, are my audience engaged? If I was watching this, would I be enjoying it? Would I want to watch more? And if your answer is ever no, then you need to change something. You need to look at it and go, you know what, I'm a bit bored now. That is the time you need to change something. I know this might seem a bit weird, sat behind your computer or your phone, listening to what makes a good acting piece. You think you should be up on your feet and you should just be doing it. Well, actually, the planning of it will make a really good performance. So sitting down and planning what you want to do is absolutely key. So, drama techniques. You can add in many elements to make your performance engaging for an audience. There's so many things you can do. One of the things that we can look at is dramatic irony. So have a think now, what is dramatic irony? Well, dramatic irony is used quite a lot in TVs, films, like soaps that you watch. Quite a lot of soap operas use this actually. Dramatic irony is something the audience is very aware of. They know it's happening, but the actor is not. The actor on stage does not know what is happening that the audience know. And the audience is sat there and they're either laughing about it or they're feeling heartbroken about it and they're waiting for the actor to find out. So that keeps them gripped on the edge of their seat. The most obvious example is pantomime, so it's behind you scenes that you have, but it can also develop a really tense situation, and it gives the audience a sense of power. And when the audience has that sense of power, they watch the performance and they really want the actor to know about it or do well or overcome whatever it is. So they'll sit there and be really, really gripped. So you need to really think, what will make my performance engaging for an audience member? So the mood and atmosphere, again, absolutely key. You need to create a mood and atmosphere on stage. So to set the tone for your performance, the only thing you will ever have as an actor, and however long you do drama before, be it just Key Stage 3, be it GCSE A-level, the only things you ever have are your facial expressions, your vocal expression, and your physicality, your face, your body, your voice. This is going to set the mood and atmosphere on stage. Sometimes just a look can say everything you want to say. Really think about those elements when you come back into drama. Really think about, if you walk into a room in a normal day and you see something, they've got a look on their face, you know whether they're happy, sad, something's wrong, exactly the same on stage. So please remember that when you are acting, and think about that in Devised. So now it's your turn. What I want you to do is look at the picture on the next slide. I put pictures, only one picture. I found something and I thought, this is brilliant. This will really make people think. I want you to make a mind map. So just put stimulus or picture in the middle of your mind map. And then what I want you to do is just do a collection of ideas. As soon as you look at this image that's about to come up, I want you to think anything that comes to mind. Absolutely anything. There's no right or wrong. So have that word picture or stimulus in the middle, and do as many lines off it as you can, and as many thoughts that you've had. And it might be that one thought leads you on to another thought and leads you on to another thought. Are there anything you've put down after you've done that that will make you think of characters and situations? Look for the opportunities in the thoughts you have to make any theatre. And that is how we devise. So I want you to have a go now. Anything that you decide or you develop, feel free to email me any ideas that you have on my school email, srichards@johnfernley.org, and I will have a look at them if you want to share anything with me, if anything particularly thought-provoking comes to you. And there's always the JFC Performing Arts Instagram that you can send your ideas over to that as well. But really have a look and see what you think about. All right, here we go. Okay, so this is the picture. I'll leave it up there for a sec. Feel free to pause it and have a think about what you could think about that image. Okay, thank you very much. Take care.